Welcome you boys. Today I am talking about this deflection of beam, and that is the method is moment area method, and it is under the subject of strength of material ME 403, and my point of discussion in this deflection method is that the moment area method is very convenient, particularly for those problems where the beam is either built in, it is a cantilever beam, and it is a simple supported beam with a symmetric loading. That means the load P is at the center. Why it is like that, I will come to terms while discussing the different theorems involved with this moment area method. The first theorem says the tangent between 2 points A and B, or the tangent of B at the point B, which is the point, free end of the point of the cantilever beam, which is deflected. So we take this point because we are going to measure the deflection here. So the tangent at the point B, what is the tangent? It is the elastic curve with the deflection curve. The tangent at the deflection curve at the point B with respect to A. And this is the angle between the two tangents is theta. So angle between the two tangents between B and A makes the theta, because here the tangent is 0, slope is 0, here the slope is theta. So this difference, theta B minus theta A, theta B minus theta A is the area of the bending moment curve. This is the area of the bending moment curve. This is the cantilever beam, it is a hogging and it's a negative. Of course, it doesn't matter if it is positive or negative. Value is more important, and the shape of the curve is more important. And this is PL, is the bending moment. Mind that this method is advantageous in the sense that this method is preferred over the other methods when the situations are like that. And this is a graphical method, and we can sometimes we can do it by graphics or by geometry. So we did not know the entire process or the procedure of finding the deflection of beam doesn't require any rigorous calculus or the integration or differentiation in any form. So the first theorem which says that the tangent between the 2 points B and A, or the difference between theta B or theta A, is the slope of the 2 points, is the area of the bending moment curve under these 2 points. This is the area of the bending moment curve under these 2 points B and A. P is the load, is the cantilever beam, it's the free end, it's the cantilever free loading, so the PL is the bending moment. So what is the area of the curve? This is L, this is PL, so it's a triangle, right angle triangle. So this area of the triangle is half base into altitude, half, this base is L, PL is the half base into altitude by EI. By EI is a factor, there is the flexural rigidity of the beam, very important for any deflection curve. So the theta is the angle between the two, because the angle at A is 0, so the angle at B, or the tangent at B, is the theta. So theta is this is P L square 2EI. Now, if you want, the second theorem says the delta, deflection at the B, deflection at the point B is the moment of this area. This moment of this area, this theta, this x bar is the centroid. Centroid measured from the B, because we are finding the deflection B with respect to A. So the centroid from this area is 2/3. So it's a triangle area. So centroid x bar is 2/3 L. So x bar into theta. Theta is already we have worked out. Theta is the area of the bending moment curve. So if you multiply x bar with theta, it becomes x bar is 2/3 L into PL square by 2 EI. So it becomes PL cubed by 3 EI. So this is the deflection at this end. And this is a very simple method without any cumbersomeness, and only by geometry. There is no need for any integration or any other rigorous treatment or analysis. So now I come to the deflection of a beam, a simple supported beam where the loading is uniform loading, the central loading P downward, and there is a deflection at the center. How to do this? Here, the analysis is like that, it is just the reverse. So you will see that this, just here it is the, in cantilever it is the built-in. So we consider this is the built-in, and the deflection of A, or the deflection at this edge, or this, or the same, the theta will be the same because it is centrally loaded. So the deflection delta of the beam can be measured because the tangent at the point and the difference, this tangent between the 2 points, this point, the central point, and this point, this is the theta. So theta is the theta because this tangent is 0. So this point A and B, whatever we call it, this is the end point because these 2 points are same as far as the central loading is concerned. So we call the theta is the angle between this point, tangent between this point and this point is the, this is nothing but the dotted line is the elastic line or deflection line. Here this line is the elastic line. So the theta is the angle between these 2 points, is the area of the bending moment curve. This is the first theorem. Under this curve, under this point and this point, this is the area. This is the highest deflection because centrally loaded. The beam will be deflected here, and since it is maximum deflection, the slope at this point is 0. So this slope is 0. So this and this difference between this point and this point, the slope difference is theta. Because if you draw a tangent here, the theta is the angle. So this theta. So beam makes, the elastic line makes the angle theta with the chord line. We can call it the chord line. So the area of the curve, theta is the slope at the support or shaded area of the bending moment. So the shaded area of the bending moment. What is the shaded area of the bending moment? This is L by 2. This bending moment value is PL by 4 and the half. So triangle is PL by 4, L by 2, half of this area. So this comes as PL square by 16 EI. And this formula always says that whenever you find the area divided by EI. So EI comes here, always. And this is the flexural rigidity of the beam. Now next comes to the deflection at this point. So deflection delta at this point is the deflection of support. We call it, though it's the deflection of the center, we consider this is the deflection at this point with respect to this point. Like the reverse of this. So deflection of this point with respect of this. So the deflection of support with respect to the central line. We do it in different way to accommodate the theorem 2. The deflection of support with respect to central line is equal to x bar into theta. For x bar, this is the deflected point. So x bar measured from this point. X bar is the centroid of this area. This is the moment of the area. Deflection is nothing, the support is the moment of the area is 2/3 L by 2. 2/3 L by 2. This is L by 2. 2/3. So the center point of this area, right angle triangle, is 2/3 L by 2 into the theta. Theta is already worked out. So if you multiply these two, it becomes PL cubed by 48 EI. So this is the simplest form or simplest way of finding the deflection at the center point or the central line in case of the loading is uniform. In the same way, we can have a distributed load like this. Then the curve will, instead of a curve, a triangle, it will be a parabolic curve. As we have seen the distributed load, then you have the area of the parabola, the center of the parabola, like this. Mind that this method is very handy. Again, I am telling you, this method of moment area is very handy whenever loading is central. It's a simple supported beam, uniform loading, or otherwise the deflection at the center of the beam. Highest deflection, the maximum deflection at the middle. Then we can work out easily and you can find out the calculation very quickly. And if it is shifted here, then the problem becomes different. It will be a little cumbersome, though it has been shown and calculated in our textbook. But the present analysis, I am not going there. I am giving you the simplest treatment of this, of finding out the moment area method.